He is one of the most iconic players in NFL history, a man who helped turn the spotlight onto the burgeoning league and helped make it a cultural touchstone. Joe Namath's bust occupies a spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and his status as pitchman, actor, and entrepreneur paved the way for future NFL stars. But every year, Namath makes it a point to return to Beaver Falls. Namath has helped support the Larry Bruno Foundation, a nonprofit formed in the memory of the longtime Beaver Falls coach, and the man who helped establish Namath as a football player. Larry Bruno is a man most often credited with putting Namath on the path that led to Alabama and later the NFL, but Namath also speaks fondly of Bill Ross, Bruno's predecessor, for keeping him involved in the game in the first place.
My sophomore year, when our team went off to camp, I wasn't good enough to go, and when they came back, I thought I'd quit playing football and play baseball and basketball, and Coach Ross, Bill Ross, looked at me and nah, Namath, I think you ought to stay. I think you can play. I want you to stay.
With Bruno in charge, Namath began to absorb his influence. Some of the lessons were immediate. Others took longer to marinate and only became evident to Namath years after leaving Beaver Falls.
Dawned on all of us, I believe, as the more time we shared with him. We didn't have a lot of success with our football program prior to his coming here. They did in earlier years, but there was a lapse here at Beaver Falls where there wasn't a lot of success with the football team. And we didn't know how to measure ourselves except from game to game, you know, and he kept giving us confidence, and we grew into a really good football team.
Namath had the good fortune to go from Bruno's guidance to that of Bear Bryant at Alabama. And when he entered the NFL, he studied under Jets coach Weeb Ewbank. While Bruno didn't have the name recognition, he shared other traits with the legendary coaches.
Not only his passion for the game, the same as Paul Bear Bryant, Coach Bryant at Alabama, or Weeb Ewbank, my professional coach to start with. And I'll mention Chuck Knox, too, who's a Beaver Valley man you might know, and I had the honor of playing football for him as well. Yes, they were all passionate about their jobs. They all were insistent upon doing it their way, especially Coach Bruno and Coach Bryant dealing with the younger fellas.
Namath and Bruno stayed in touch throughout the quarterback's career. When it came time for Namath to select a speaker to induct him into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he initially thought of Ewbank, but the veteran coach had other ideas.
I called Coach Ewbank first and talked with him about it. And Coach Ewbank just interrupted me. He says, "Joe, get Larry. I promise you." He said, "Shucks, man, Larry's great. You know Larry. He's been so important to you and all." And Coach Ewbank understood, and he just jumped right in there. "You get Larry. Come on, ask Larry. I know he'll love it." And it was very important to me, and I'm glad Coach Bruno was there.
Having Bruno in Canton for the honor brought Namath full circle in his football life. And it was a chance to put the spotlight on a man who had a deep impact on football in Beaver County. It's those memories that keep Namath involved. It's for the recognition of a man and a city that helped propel him to the things that dreams are made of. And while the Larry Bruno Foundation's reach grows and the Hall of Achievement gets bigger every year, Namath would like to see it expand and do even more to further carry on the legacy.
I wish we could do more. We're trying to do more. The guys on our committee that's leading this program, again, it's not me, it's not any one of us. It's a team effort, like life is a team effort, if you got any good sense. We want to keep growing. It's difficult. It's not easy because it does take time and effort by different individuals and the sponsors, the people that have helped us with the finances that it takes to try to keep growing, have been wonderful. We're trying to figure out some ways of raising funds through various fundraisers to extend the program, continue to recognize these wonderful people.